Don't worry. It's not the plague or a mass cattle death. There's nothing wrong with the goat. The Tennessee fainting goat breed has a hereditary condition called myotonia congenita, a disorder that affects the skeletal muscles, which are used for movement. When the muscles are voluntarily contracted, such as in the act of running away from a potential threat, the relaxation of the muscle can be delayed. This leaves the muscles rigid and renders the animal unable to move. Some goats are more severely affected by the condition than others. The mere sound of a rooster crowing causes their limbs to become paralyzed. It costs them nothing to frighten themselves. While in their rigid state, the goats are practically helpless. The muscle stiffness doesn't last long, only about 5 to 20 seconds. There's no long-lasting harm from the faint, unless it is from a height, but goats are susceptible to stress if they are frightened. Fainting goats are thought to have appeared in around 1,800 in Tennessee, USA. The gene that causes myotonia congenita is recessive, meaning an animal needs 2 copies, usually one from its mother and one from its father, to suffer from the condition. So when Tennessee fainting goats are crossbred with other goat breeds, they typically don't pass on their condition. By the way, today's farmers also keep breeding this breed. Can you tell me more about the benefits of breeding this breed at home?
Was fencing. I have a lot of existing fence out there, specifically for the horses, and when I had alpacas, that being field fence, hog panels, electric netting, wire fence. So whatever I was going to use had to stay within my current fencing structure. Goats, by and large, are notorious escape artists. They also will destroy anything that you put them in. So I had to find a goat that was going to stay where I put it. If you're not familiar, myotonic or fainting goat, when they get excited, tend to just bump off and keel over and pass out for a little bit. So if they were to try to jump out of their containment, they tend to get stiff-legged and don't make it. They will climb on a gate, but they're not notorious climbers either. So yay, myotonic goats tend to fall over, so keeping them in my current fencing, not a big problem. Next up, pasture. My farm is 11 acres, of which only 5 of it is mowed and fenced. Goats, well, they honestly don't care about fancy groomed pastures. They're not grazers, meaning they don't put their head down and eat grass like you would see a horse, a cow, or a sheep. They're a browser, which means they like to eat up. They're going to eat tall grasses. They're going to eat at the top. They're going to want to eat brushes and trees and everything along those lines. They will climb up high to reach high into a tree. But grass is not their big thing, which is great because half of my property is just overgrown nonsense. To be able to utilize this, I have all that electric netting that I had with the alpacas, so I can fence off and have them run into the woods and eat that way. So it's very easy. I am starting to see parts of my property I've never set foot on before. It's like I have a really adorable landscaping crew. Next, it was all about the size and personality of the animal. We got milk goats, we got meat goats. The myotonic is actually technically a meat goat, but their personality, size, and the fact that they just, faint if they get startled, make them a great companion animal too.
Myotonia congenita also occurs in humans, but that's another story.